Hello and welcome. How many of you done ICO exams? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, good. That means the rest of you want to do them, or at least want to advise people to do them. Right, examinations is the only worldwide medical specialty exam. All the other exams are countrywide. And we've done over 55,000 now examinations since we started out. We're basing it on the ICO curriculum, and the ICO curriculum gives a good consensus about what residents in ophthalmology should be taught. And there's a standardized content for training. So we base the examinations on the ICO curriculum, and we try every time there is a curriculum to put an examination to it. And you can see the website, the link at the bottom. We work with educationalists, and we have a team in the examinations. So we have the director, that's me, and we have the office admin, and there's about 5 whole-time equivalents working in the office to take all your admissions and your successes. There's an executive committee which is international, and so we're very happy to have Professor Grover here, who is one of our examinations committee. And there's an international question writers. The importance of this is because it may be reasonable that you know something about onchocerciasis, even though you will never see it, but it's not reasonable that you know about West Nile disease, which you probably won't hear about either. So we try to put it in an international context so that the diseases are relatable to everybody who sits it. The exams are criterion reference. This means that everybody could pass the exam if everybody's good, or everybody could fail it, depending on the difficulty of the exam. There's no one set pass mark. And we try to go away from that because exams inevitably are different in different standards. So we have a standard setting session whereby we assess where the standard should be. We run a foundation examination, which is a revision before you sit the exams. Then we have optics and refraction, basic sciences, and clinical ophthalmology. And these are the years that we expect you to sit it. The advanced exam, we wouldn't expect you to sit until you've done 4 years of ophthalmology, and the subspecialty exams, you must have spent at least a year in that subspecialty, and we do take certificates to show that you've done it. The fees are set in Swiss francs. We have 4 tiers. We're moving over from GNIPC to World Bank, which actually benefits India, which means that the prices for the exams are going down, which I think you'll be pleased to hear. We get reductions of fees for group bookings, and if a department or a centre is just starting, we give introductory discounts. If somebody says, I'd love to do the exams, but I really can't afford it, we do bursaries. So we can get things down in price. So the exam, what's the point of it? It gives international recognition. It means that if you're sitting the exam in India, you're as good, if you pass it, as those in Europe and as good as those in South America or in China. And you can compare your standards with ophthalmologists throughout the world. It has a higher standard than other comparable exams. So, for example, the European board exams, these exams have a higher standard, and therefore they're respected much more. They also give you points towards a fellowship, and also there is recognition for the optics and refraction and basic sciences towards the FRCS Glasgow, And if you have basic sciences, optics and refraction and clinical, you can then go on to do the face-to-face exams with the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh. So there's a free practice questions, free to candidates. Once you've paid, you get a code which allows you to access it 24 hours a day. So it can be taken as a preparation, and it's only online, and you can do it twice. So if you apply to do the exams, for example, in November, you can sit it then, and then you can sit it again in March, and you can see how you've improved before the exams are sat in April. We also provide feedback on how you've done, and also you can see how you've been marking. So there's quite a big essay on each question to say how you went well or didn't go well. We use a confidence indicator for the foundation assessment, and you can say whether you're very certain you're right, not so certain, or whether you're not sure at all, and then you get different marks. But this is only an online revision test, so it's a formative exam, not a summative one. And then you'll get the results. The exams app is down at the moment, but we did have and hope to have again 100 questions on the app, but it isn't available at the moment, but it will be back up. The standard exams, the application process starts in September, and this year the exams are on the 24th of April. You download the form from the website, and you send in all these bits of information. And you're sent back confirmation, the syllabus, and the e-source, so that you have the books to read from. This year we've increased the number of questions to 120 for the basic sciences, now called visual sciences, and it's single best answer, 1 STEM, 4 options. It's a 3-hour paper. So this is an example. And we'll pick on people in the audience, not too badly. Can you read it from there? Okay, which do you think is the real answer? The third nerve. Who goes for 1? Who goes for 2? Who would like 3? Ah, good, we've got 2 people going for 3, and for 4. Anybody like 4? Okay. So, well done to you. You get the prize for this part of the talks. Optics and refraction, 60 questions, single best answer, 1.5 hours. And then this is the quiz. So the principle of total internal reflection contributes to which one of the following? Who goes for 1? For 2? For 3? And for 4? Yay! Let's see if you're right. Absolutely. Good. The clinical ophthalmology is 200 questions, single best answer, and we do have a lot of pictures, so it simulates a little bit better a clinical examination. So we have this patient and what's the first initial management of this patient? Okay, number 1, correction of the refractive error. Number 2, clear lens extraction, probably with vitrectomy as well. No need for treatment as the lens hasn't got a cataract. Or 4. Obviously less certain about this one. Anyway, it's 1. See what they can see first. Let's do the simple things first, as always. We translate into Chinese, French, Portuguese and Spanish as well as English. And that there is reciprocity with Glasgow and with Edinburgh, but if you want to claim the reciprocity, you have to have sat the exam in English, which is slightly more difficult. So your certificate will say that you passed, say, in Chinese, but it's not so relevant for India, I think. The advanced examination, still 85 questions, may be going up with extended matching, and majority of them are MCQs, again with the same format as before. So this is an example of an extended matching question. I think it takes too long to write, but we have a 62-year-old, either heroin addict, male or female, and we go for female. 3-day history of severe pain in the middle of the right side of the face. How many times a day? 5 to 8. Pain is prolonged, like an electric shock, and lasts for up to 20 seconds, and is often triggered by a light touch of breed. So that's the type of extended matching questions that we use, and this is the typical one of the single best answers. So the left eye looks like the right eye, which is the likely diagnosis. Anybody going for one? Maybe it's too difficult to see the picture. Cotton wool spots, drusen or mudes. I think we'll go for one. That was a picture of birdshot. If you pass the advanced exam, then you're able to use the post-nominals of FICO if you've had a local face-to-face exam. So, for example, if you have done your exam in India, you've had a clinical exam, then you do the advanced, then you can get FICO. And subspecialty exams, which we've been working so closely with the AIOS, has been online since 2017 in India and paper elsewhere in the following subspecialties. We hope to start cataract this October. And we welcome you all to come to Cape Town for the WOC. Now, because I've got to go and talk in another place straight away, would it be all right if we take any questions now about examinations? I think perhaps the thing I didn't expand on enough was the relationship with the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh. They have stopped setting written exams now, and they will be using all the ICO exams in order to qualify the candidate to sit a face-to-face exam and then be given the fellow FRCS, Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh. And this is a big thing that we've moved forward with. Another thing we've been moving forward with is that we plan to have the advanced exam 2 times a year this year, and next year we'll have all the exams except for the subspecialty every 6 months, not once a year, because that's much more convenient for candidates. Any questions at all?